Thank you to Mizanti for being an amazing sponsor, and we have a great episode 119 to kick off, starting with our top 5 highlights of the week. Article 1 coming from Moonpay. Moonpay has raised $555 million at a $3.4 billion Series A.
It's no joke.
250 partners, over $1 billion in payments processed through crypto and NFT payments. They work with platforms all around the world to help deal with all that plumbing, and they have an HQ here in Miami. This is amazing stuff.
Gotta love it, Kyle. And speaking of having an HQ in Miami, number 2, Borderless Capital, also with an HQ in Miami, announcing a second fund, Algo Fund 2, $500 million. That's even more than their previous $200 million fund, which had already invested in over 100 companies. This is big news because it's all focused once again on Algorand, obviously. And this is big news for the NFT creators and the DeFi projects out there because that is their focus moving forward.
And moving into article number 3, we've got Republic. You may remember Republic because they're one of the largest crowdfunding portals here in the US. They also did the Republic Note, a security token where they sold shares in a fund that owned a bunch of the equities that had raised money on their platform previously. And now they're back at it again, acquiring Cedar, which is the leading crowdfunding portal in Europe. So they're scaling outside of the United States and into the global marketplace. This is an unbelievable move for them to really reach scale across the world.
Big moves, big expansion, $100 million deal. Looks like Republic's trying to be the biggest crowdfunding portal in the world now. And moving on to number 4, JPX, the operators of the Tokyo Stock Exchange over in Japan. Major stock exchange, one of the largest players in the traditional financial ecosystem, but they have now acknowledged that blockchain and distributed ledger technology are the future. They recognize the changing tides, and they are now going to focus on that, which joins a huge wave of companies over in Japan, all focused on creating a security token industry.
Amazing. And number 5, to close out today, we have an interesting interview between former SEC Chair Jay Clayton and current SEC Chair Gary Gensler. And so at the Digital Asset Compliance and Market Integrity Summit, Jay Clayton sat down and interviewed Gensler talking about crypto regulation. And for one of the first times in our political climate here recently, they actually both tended to agree on how these things should be policed, both coming to the conclusion that yes, it seems like there were a lot of crypto companies that used their crypto sales in order to fundraise for their business, which looks and smells a whole lot like a security. Again, nothing wrong with that, but you got to admit it, you got to embrace it, and you got to take the steps to rectify it.
Yeah, no, that was a fascinating conversation. Gotta love my guy, Jay. He, in fact, once said that all stocks one day may be tokenized. And, both of them recognize that a lot of the, funds raised through cryptocurrency projects are ultimately used by entrepreneurs to create these projects. And they say that as a time-tested case of what might trigger a security. So definitely very interesting. I think, Kyle, that we might probably not see too much more changes here in the upcoming framework for crypto. I think we're just going to see a whole lot more enforcement.
And with that, let's get to Jessica for the rest of the industry news.